Well, I started out down a dirty road. Started out all alone, and the sun went down.
But if every now and then I turn around and if I just say some random thing about the beach chairs. Beach chairs are in the back. You know, we got some old empty brews in the back seat. You know, we're on the way back from the beach.
Can JJ's mystery box be like back there, but it's like a cooler with its top kind of like falling?
We're not Greenie. We're not talking about work. I didn't even get to drink my beer I animated in my hand last week. You know.
But I ain't got wings coming down. It's the hardest thing.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Economy and Other Podcast. I can still do it. Here we are. Like, subscribe, share, and review. Thank you, everyone. Welcome, first-time listeners. First-time people of the algorithm. You'll be back, but only whenever it decides to bring you to us. Either way,
you'll
you're
never
cool.
be back.
Hopefully, you give us a, just whatever. Comment, like, share, subscribe, review, whatever. Patreon, economyofnothing.com.
Gmail us, man. economynothing@gmail.com. But you know what I really was thinking about as I was doing some of the drawings for whatever we look like right now. And I was thinking like, man, so the next one's just like, we're talking to 6 people right now, buddy. But it is cool that it went big like the time I wasn't paying attention. That's always nice when something pops off when you're not looking at it. It's a good feeling for a minute. But anyway, back to the grind, Greenie. Vacation's over.
This is like, guys' night for me. So this is just fun. It's a good time talking about the what have yous and the number of the day, as my children would say. Well, the number of headlines in a day. Speaking of headlines, Captain, why don't we just get into it? I'd like to talk to you about, are you familiar, Mike, with the Zelda games? The Nintendo Zelda games, are you familiar?
Yeah, I know Zelda. The guy, sword, shield, green hat, green thing, runs around, saves the princess.
And goes, hi-ya!
Yeah, I love Zelda. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, actually, his name's Link, but Zelda's the princess. Either way.
Do you think people like that joke on the internet? Comment below.
Should I say spoilers for that? No, doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Anyways, at this point, we all know what Zelda is. My point is, I have come up what I like to call the 2026 Zelda Triforce Grift, which I believe is either we're currently in a cycle of it and repeating it, or it's starting one. I can't figure it out, but it's the Triforce is 3 triangles stacked in a way, and I think these are the narratives that we're going to see through 2026. The Mr. Green's Zelda 2026 Triforce Grift of Griff City is space investments will save us, quantum computing investments will save us, or AI will save us. And the reason that I think that those 3 will be the winners, here's why. Space will save us because...
Is this the winning narratives of the next
This is
year?
what I think. This is what's going to keep the S&P 500 going for the next 10 years. I say year, but like this is my prediction on it. So we can go back and trail it.
We're in the distant future, Greenie, but sure. Let's talk about a timeline.
Let's talk about the past timeline that I don't know about. But this is what it is, not financial advice.
Yeah.
SpaceX is going to go IPO. The same people that bought Tesla and for some reason, Elon must have become a trillionaire and be even more of a shitty person. He'll get more money. So
allegedly, maybe he's a nice guy.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a capitalist, I'm sure you love him and like him, and we all like him because he's in our portfolio. But at the same time, it's just ridiculous because I figured out his investment strategy. All Elon Musk, guys, go watch the Alien franchise. Watch from the beginning. That's all he's doing. It makes it seem like it's this big thing. He's just doing what Wayland Yutani did. Like that, he's just trying to be that guy. That's it. Like, yes, he's saying that, like, I'm going to build homes in another world. We're going to do other planets and stuff. But the reality at the end of the day, take away all, like,
they're not going to do other planets, Mike. We know what they do.
I know, but it's just the goal is to live forever. The goal is to try to figure out to live forever. That's the only reason they're going to space. And we're going to fund it for them, okay? So that's just what's going to happen. Because we all want questions on that. And, people are bored with all the stocks that are currently available. All right,
Well,
so
you know what's
and then
interesting as
or it'll be about space and guns and shit like
well,
that, like
if
space
you
defense. Yeah,
if you think about that, it's very interesting. I'm like, oh yeah, no one will remember Mark Zuckerberg. Like he's out of the running, right? The
yeah,
internet's like he bet on like Ready Player One and lost, and
yeah,
they're all like betting on like being remembered. Like they want, they'll name the meteor like Elon Meteor or whatever, and then people will remember that name for it. Like that's all that's kind of left, right? All the names of things are already on stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Donald Trump has to be like the Kennedy Center and the Donald Trump Center. You know what I mean? Like there's no stuff left to put their names on. So like they got to like maybe look for something else.
Yeah, I mean, in general, like I just know that it's not going to happen because, like, listen. I mean, you could say
Oh,
whatever you
it's not
want.
going to
I'm
happen.
sure.
No.
Well, every one of Elon Musk's investment things have never came true. So
This
this
is
won't
the
happen. I
try.
mean, but still, people. It's my point is, it's going to go to the moon no matter what because it has to, right? We got to keep this. We got to keep this grift going. All right. If it's not space to
Yeah, you
save
got to
us,
cover
then
other
it's going to be
headlines.
quantum computing, and quantum computing is going to be all about alternate timelines. Go back to the CERN. We've already been through it. Actually, I think the
Yep.
alternate
The
timeline bits,
Hadron Collider or
or
whatever.
is it the Hadron Collider bits? It's about devil
Yeah,
worship. It's
they're like,
about
oh my
like
God, what if we do too
alternate
much science?
timelines.
They've
It's
never
about
done too much science. Too much science
yeah.
has never been done.
Yeah,
Don't
so
worry
that's
about
what they're
it.
gonna use it. This is just all
All
from
right,
like a grip,
Oppenheimer,
like
I
a
guess. Maybe
narrative,
that was
right?
too much
This is
science.
all narrative stuff. Like I don't have anything to prove it with. This is just what it feels like it's going to be based off all the evidence I have in my head. And then the next one would be AI will save us, and we might be in AI will save us right now, or about to transition to something else. But I think AI is still part of the robotic and autonomy theme, which I think those things are just going to keep going. And whichever one doesn't work, also war. I think AI is causing the war because it's a natural energy thing. But all the other sectors would back these plays. AI will save us, all the sectors will follow. Quantum will save us, all the sectors would follow. From like security
Well, I
to
mean,
energy
the
to like, and then
same.
space would save us would be the same thing.
It's
It's
the
just that
great
every sector
American
could.
circle jerk, brother.
I know. I'm
It's
just saying
because
it
it's
has
just one of
to
those things
go
where
because it will.
like all of the same players are in every single one of those things, right? Like it's all just it's the same, but it's so funny when you said the war. It's like, yeah, man, they're just passing the press around like fucking they do children on an island. But like I'm telling you, they're just like, oh, here's the story about uh like Melania Trump was just out here like I never met Jeffrey Epstein because the ceasefire is falling apart because Israel just came out like, yeah, we're just gonna bomb them, right? And like then the second that happens, they're like, wait, gas prices are up. I'm like, y'all aren't talking about gas prices right now, despite the fact that like has anyone seen a gas price go down anywhere they are, right? No.
No.
But where is it on the front page of CNN? You know what I mean? Or Fox or anything. It's nowhere, right? Because they're like, no, but what about the newest thing? Like, what about no, AI is about to take over. Look at this robot that walked out with Melania Trump. Just look at where Melania
I
Trump
forgot
isn't,
about
and
that.
that's the
Oh my
problem,
god.
right? Like,
When you tell me that, like, oh, it's so cringy. And it also like backs like dude, those humanoid robots suck, dude. They're
yeah,
not good at all. Like
like,
what a bit. What a bit.
like,
It's
but
just
even like
hilarious.
I happened to be with my family and they're watching like the Daily Show. And the best the Daily Show guy can muster is like, why does it look like you're at your wedding? I was like, is that what that looks like to you? Is that the best joke y'all could write? Like, is this the best we could all do? It feels like no, but maybe this is the best we could all do together on a rock flying through fucking space. Sorry, we're in the mood. Greenie, Greenie, as an alien in a truck, you were saying something about a Triforce. I thought we were going to discuss the new stills from the Lincoln Zelda movie coming to theaters near you.
God, I wish I had. No, you know what, Mike? I'm gonna hit you with a quote. Sorry, I'm gonna hit you with a quote, Captain.
All right.
Who comes after Plato? Is it Aristotle?
Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. Yeah, that sounds right.
Socrates, and then
He,
Aristotle.
he's
Aristotle was
Socrates is the oldest.
Alexander the Great, right? Aristotle.
Yeah. Aristotle's
Yeah.
the
Okay.
third,
Okay.
the bottom one,
Okay.
or the
All right. So
highest
here's
one.
the
However you
here's
look
the
at
quote.
time.
Here's the quote, Captain. God damn it,
No, I
Aristotle.
love it. I love it. I love it.
So Aristotle was Alexander the Great's, like, I don't know. Let's call him Merlin. He was his Merlin,
Let's call
right?
him home.
Yeah.
Let's call him home.
But it was his Merlin. He went out and got a bunch of herbs all across the world. Like, gave him all the wisdom and all the stuff. And
Like, yeah,
before he
give me that
died,
wisdom.
he wrote down whatever. This is a quote from Alexander the Great to
Okay.
Aristotle.
I think
And it's
to be
like,
clear, I think he named himself that. So let's put a little grain of salt. Alexander,
Jesus
who
Christ.
knows?
Well, I can't just say Alexander.
I'm doing bits. I'm doing jibs. I'm doing jibes. I'm having a good time. Nothing's wrong here. Everything's good. Everything's fine and dandy. Ship's going straight ahead there, Greenie. Alexander the Great
All
said.
right. So it says that life is a gift of nature, but beautiful living is the gift of wisdom. So what I can definitely 100% confidently say, the current administration of the distant past of a adjacent economy is not living with the gift of wisdom. Because if you had wisdom, you would understand past history and how these things are bad, unless you're choosing that on purpose. So
We live in very sophomoric times.
yeah,
The sophomoric, like a sophomore, the wise fool, right? Everyone walks around like they're like, "Oh, I have a computer in my pocket." I'm like, "Do you know how to use a computer? Because otherwise, it's just a fucking idiot with a brick." Everyone is so sure of themselves all the time. Like,
I mean, to be fair, I'm sure of myself all the time, but not in a way that is like, I'm also open to learning from every person.
yeah, but like no one, most people are not, right?
Right? Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, it's the same thing we kind of get down to. It's like people are like, "Oh, I read this," and then you like find out what they read, and they're not like reading anything, right? It's like everyone is like, "I do my own research." It's like, no, you just let an algorithm shove shit in your fucking face. Like you just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got some comment, and they would just get angry. No, but like we had some comments, almost like mad at us for like YouTube recommending them our show, and I'm like, Bro, it's in the thing you wrote the thing. Like, look at the subject and
Dude,
the object of your sentence, and
listen, haters, screams from the haters, sounding like my theme music. Seriously though, like, dude, I love a hateful comment. It's great.
No, but like,
Yeah, I don't see how you
I'm
can say
trying to
you don't
enlighten
like us when
people.
you actually take the time to even write a comment. Most people wouldn't even do that. So hey,
No, but I know.
love it.
Listen, I love a hateful comment as well. Leave your hate below. Send your love to economyofnothing@gmail.com. But like, no, my point was like this idea that's like there's a George Carlin bit, right, where like some minister's mad about the song, you hear it on the radio, and George Carlin's like, "Well, did anyone ever tell this minister there's two knobs on the radio? One turns it down, one turns it off." Like, you know, like, or what?
That's fair.
It's like one of those things. But like now, people are just like, people used to like write a letter to like CBS when they saw something on CBS they didn't like, and now they like tweet the actor in the scene, right? And I'm like, wow, we just let a lot of people off the hook.
Yep. Yep. You know, at the end of the day,
At the end of the day,
you're either the duper or the dupey.
in Griff City,
In Griff City, where fundamentals don't matter.
like I feel like Griff City does need to. Sorry, I feel like Griff City is a location in the distant future, right? It's like,
I do too. I think it's where the snake oil salesman lives.
and I think
from our infomercial bit.
I think it's like, I don't know. I mean, it can be 1,000 things, but for like while we're just freestyling here, riding in the moonshine, thinking about stuff, like I was thinking like probably like some like tiered city. I've been thinking like what to do with like the idea of like a Coruscant or whatever, like the main like capital city in like Star Wars. And like the only thing that's kind of interesting about it is that it's like layers of stuff on top of each other, kind of like that Dread movie, where it's like a
Yeah.
bunch of like yeah. And I was like, okay, well, what if like you're like, oh, you don't want to go there because it's like the worst place, but like each one keeps seeming like it's worse, but it's not as bad as the place below it because each place is playing on each other. Does that make any sense at all, or am I just looking at the stars, brother?
Is it like that one movie, The Pit, where like the food keeps coming down, except in reverse? You know, it's like where in that movie where you're like on a level, and then a tray of food comes down. You have 30 minutes to eat, and then it goes down to the next level, and there's people there that eat off that, and then it goes down the next. But
That
this
sounds
would be in
gross.
reverse, is what you're saying. But like you're
Yeah,
saying it
right.
gets better as it goes up.
Well, a place called Griff City would have to be grifting you on some level other than the fact that it is just a city full of grifts, right? Like that's
Yeah.
inherent in a grift. There has to be like always another level to like the intrigue. So right, it has to be like a
I love the idea of you just like keep climbing this ladder, this corporate ladder, with the promise that the next level is a better level, and then like it's
it's
like
actually
signs, you
it's
know.
actually like a moving escalator ladder, and you're not going anywhere. You're just generating power for like the executive suites or whatever.
Yeah, no, for the executive toilets. Yeah,
Oh
space
yeah,
toilets. Yeah, that'd be
yeah,
great.
man. I mean I mean, automation is just people getting tricked into thinking that human labor isn't happening, right? But anyway,
C'est la
uh,
vie,
c'est
you
la
know.
vie. I listen. You know what's important is, I mean, we're here in the distant future, so everything must have turned out okay. You know,
Yeah, let's talk about I don't know why I suck at doing podcasts at late at the evening. I
because
honestly don't
life,
know.
because life grinds you down. It grinds away at everything, right? That's why they like,
It's just so
yeah, but it's
yeah,
on purpose, right? Like
yeah.
the reason everything is like people we're all just walking around and being like, man, it really stinks that like these couple things didn't line up, right? But it's all designed not quite to line up. It's
Right.
all specifically a little uneasy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that you can go, hey, I want to set this thing up and it should only take minutes, right? You're like, oh yeah, setting my router up is easy, right? But you're like, no, it took 4 days for them to come that first time. Don't you remember? Right? Like,
That's what she said.
oh,
I think that works there.
I was thinking about Michael Scott, and maybe it wraps back into this when Michael Scott comes back from Jamaica and he's like, you know, I was on vacation and I had all these revelations and now I can't remember any of them.
Dude, that's exactly how I feel right now. I've had so many and it just drained me today. I used it all. It's all gone.
I know it is, but like it is one of those things too where I just feel like everyone is feeling it, and I think that part of something that's really annoying about a lot of stuff on like YouTube, and it has been for a long time, is all these people being like, they're like, yeah, no, times are tough, and then they just like go right back into their like same routine, like it's not affecting them because it isn't affecting them. They're like, yeah, man, we really got to do something about Minnesota. It's not good. All right, Ratchet and Clank's back, you know, or whatever, right? And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Dude,
we all
oh
have
my
to,
god.
and they're all like, well, we all have to do our jobs. I'm like, do y'all have to do your jobs? Because they seem like they could just like never ever be done. And I'm not saying that like there's not room for this kind of stuff, but like everyone you hear on TV being like, well, we got to keep working. They don't. They're telling you because their bosses are telling them because they're controlling your minds. But anyway, what was your point?
Um
I saw Zorro. So I was watching Amazon Zorro. Okay, and it's not Amazon Zorro. I think they bought it from someone,
Oh,
right?
I watched The Boys, the first two
Okay,
episodes. No, I don't
so I
want to
can't
talk
talk
about
about
that. That's
Zorro.
terrible. I don't care about that. I don't
You
care.
don't care about the
Everything
boy.
sucks. I just want to talk about something good, it's fun and
All
interesting,
right.
but there's
So
nothing. I mean, uh,
So the thing that had me stop using it originally was like the
Road
captions and
trip.
dubbing stuff was all no good. And
Yeah.
okay,
I don't. Mike, how was your day? Captain, how was your day? Mike, how was your day? I don't know.
well,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I guess not great, right? Like,
A handful of might is better than a handful of right. Put it on a t-shirt.
put that on a
Justice
t-shirt.
is harmonious strength.
Are these some
Life is the gift of nature, but beautiful living is the gift of wisdom.
are these some of your t-shirt ideas?
Yeah. The secret to a true scholar, in every man there is something where I may learn of him, and in that I am his pupil.
Did
Ralph
you
Waldo Emerson.
did you find these quotes somewhere?
I just listened to in that philosophy book that I thought like every science begins as a philosophy and ends as an art. I just feel like I agree with them. I don't know. They seem right.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like part of the trouble of our time, right? Is like I don't know. You didn't see the Foxconn thing. I'll send some of it out. Like I've been thinking about it a lot, right? There's like you know what? Like everyone loves all these Steve Jobs quotes or whatever, man. Like people should go back and like read a fucking actual Steve Jobs quote because he sounds exactly like every single other dipshit you've heard in the last 15 years, right? Like he was just like it's like those musicians that died, right? He's just like not here for the worst of it, so they're like, oh well, there was this one guy or what, you know what I mean? But like, come on, right? Like, they're talking about these factories where like all these people are trying to kill themselves. The guy said like people are working there like 18-hour shifts are like 12 years old and stuff because they need their little tiny fingers to build your fucking iPhones, right? And like Steve
Totally.
Jobs, like,
Totally.
well, there's all kinds of economic realities to do, or whatever the fuck he said, right? And it's like, where's that when everyone's quoting him, right? I don't know. Hope everyone enjoys the Michael Jackson movie. You know what I mean? Like, what great fucking timing. Don't worry, it ends in like 1985. Everyone, you could just imagine.
The problem is like, dude, it's funny, but dude, it cuts so deep, and you have to look at yourself as a person in the mirror when you say shit like that, and you're like, wow, we're terrible.
Like this is
Nobody
the
wants to
worst
hear that.
place.
I know.
It sucks so hard. I mean, I'm glad I'm in the distant future where things are great. But like, what a fucking shitty time to be alive. And like,
But
we're
also, it
all
could be
aware
way
of it.
worse. It also, in the sense that I mean,
No, but
I
all
don't know.
those
We
bad
can
things are just
shower. My point is, we
but,
can shower every day.
yeah, but all those
the people that can, I guess. Anyway.
yeah, but
Like,
not for much
I'm pretty
longer.
sure.
They build these. But not even everyone in America can shower every day, dude. Like it's fucking horseshit around here. And meanwhile, these people just have like so much fucking shit for
I know, but
nothing.
when you just like layer it on, it sounds really depressing.
But again, I said this before, man. Like depression is like this sorrow with like no place to put it or no answers. I'm not depressed. I'm fucking mad, and I know exactly fucking why, right? And people are like, "Well, Mike," I'm like, "Well, what? Well, what?" And everyone's like, "Well, we're all very scared." And I'm like, "I know, like, but like, don't people understand that like courage is like overcoming fears. It's not like not like when all these people talk about these risks that they're taking with their like finances and stuff like, well, it took a lot of courage. No, it didn't. You had nothing to fear, therefore you can't show courage, right? Like like they're like, oh my gosh,
But Mike, there's nothing to fear but fear itself.
yeah, well, like said a rich guy. Like, you know what I mean? FDR had it good for like no one else was
Said a
living that
rich
long
guy.
with no one else lived that long with fucking polio. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I
come
mean,
the fuck on.
I think this podcast works the best when I'm just constantly questioning you. That works the best. I should just stick to that. Oh my god.
But like I
But
don't know,
yeah.
like Greeny, it's not so much that like I'm mad. I'm just like disappointed that like no one wants to care is what it actually is, right? is like when you break it down, it's like everyone's like, I don't want to care. Can't someone else care? I think someone else is caring over there. I think a guy just came in. It's the same thing, right? Everyone's like, well, an adult will handle this, right? I'm like, the oldest people in the world are in charge. What adults? Like, what are you guys waiting for? Them to all die so you don't have to deal with it? Like,
Here's the reality. God, I just have to tell people how to live their lives. Okay, this is
yes,
the
welcome to the
reality, right?
podcast.
Fine. Okay, here it is. Forget about all the stuff that you think is you, because it's not you. All the things, all the routines, everything you've been taught, that's not who you are. Even the voice in your head could be the trauma from your father or mother or their father or mother. Reality is, you do not know who you are because you were most likely brainwashed. Because if you grew up with cell phones, smartphones especially, you've never known life without them at this point in time. And if you were to for literally not use them for extended periods of time, when we all went back to stationary phones at our desk, you would mentally become a different person, guaranteed, because you don't know what actually moves you when you're constantly being advertised to, manipulated into viewing, feeling like you have to be a part of this consistent data feed. You are not evolved or capable enough to keep up with it. And if you do, you will become depressed about it over time. That's reality, and that's what they hope for. And Griff City is highs and lows. It's manic behavior, it's knee-jerk reaction, and it's leaking into every asset of our life, from where we work to what we watch to what's being produced to probably the toys we buy to the foods we eat. So if there's ever been a time to do something, it's now, not later, if you want to fix it. Or it just keeps getting worse. So the first thing you can do is stop looking at your phone all the time, but only subscribe to this podcast where you can get on your phone. So, all right.
Yes, every Tuesday.
EconomyandNothing.com.
Yeah, Mike, I just like you're 100% right on like all of it, right? And it's kind of to loop back to what we were talking about before. Like if you're looking through stuff by like swiping through like and letting like some page refresh for you, like you're just doing it wrong, right? You can't like at least go to a like I don't know. Yeah, you just got to put the phones away. You just have to put the phones away. You got to put them away. You have to put them away. Like too much stuff is happening and not enough stuff. Like a million things are happening in the war, but it's like there hasn't been an update on the war in like 5 minutes. You know, it's the same like dopamine of like any sort of gambling or like video games or drinking or smoking. Like, it's like anything where it's like that quick little rush and then you're just like chasing it forever.
It's dopa hits, man. Dopa hits. I mean, at the end of the day,
dude,
you're gonna feel better.
How about this?
Promise.
Paul, shout outs to fellow YouTubers. I was watching one of the more recent Yahtzee ones. I can't remember which one it was, and he was talking about the analogy of like taking a kid who loves this, like taking a kid to Mount Rushmore, and that kid loves Mount Rushmore. His favorite thing in life is stone chiseled heads of presidents, and you have to like look at that kid and be like, no, you just saw the best one ever. And it's like that is like kind of the thing of like whatever you're looking for, right? This like chase of like people are chasing nostalgia, people are chasing it, like you can't get it back, right? Like the past is like a lie. It's like just like a memory that we've all like kind of built together, and you have to remember that like everyone remembers the past more fondly than it actually happened, right? By design, by like mental design of like human beings for survival, it just hurts more the day your grandma dies than it does 2 days after she's dead or 3 days after or what, right? It just like it does. It's how we're built, and that's how the like conditioning your brain to take the news cycle so they can kill, so that like 2 kids can die in a school, and then 3 kids can die in a school, and then 6 kids can die in a school, and then 12 kids can die in a school, and then 24 kids can die in a school. And they're like, well, isn't that kind of what happens all the time? It's like, no, it's been progressively getting worse. All of it, everything. Boiling frogs.
Yes. So to kind of bring back what you were talking about, the phrase "I miss Mayberry," it's part of a song. I miss Mayberry, and I believe it's referring to what, like, is it Mayberry, the town of Andy Griffith in that show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Is
So
that
the reason they
intro?
whatever, it's a time when like a town was awesome and there was no crime, right?
Yeah.
That
Like
type
Brooklyn
of feeling
Nine-Nine
is,
of its
yeah,
day.
or like just the first time you watched The Office, where you were at the first time you watched it and like binged it. Back then
Yeah.
it meant something because you had to buy the DVD
Oh,
sets,
yeah.
right? All right, so like that nostalgic feeling, that feeling that they've been able to like frack our minds and get and be able to put in little pockets of products can only give you so much of a dopamine hit. And it does 2 things. One, it makes you question if what you actually liked was cool. And 2, like how much does it actually fulfill you? And it's probably not that much, right? But it's enough to like keep you coming back and looking for another thing. My point being is the reason you keep coming back to look for the next nostalgic thing is because of this feeling right here. And I should describe it, because I think once I heard this word and really understood it, you can identify it very well when it happens. So when you feel nostalgic, give it time on whatever the thing is, and then let it fade. You're going to come across this like deep, pensive, and long lasting sadness that can kind of feel like depression. It often involves like a thoughtful, reflective gloom rather than intense panic, and is characterized by quiet longing or sorrow. And that term is melancholy. And it's just, since I've heard it, I think it helps me understand why we all like nostalgic things. It's the longing for a better time that may or may not have even existed. That's why you're like, oh, we used to love this CD and hang out with your friends and listen to it. It's like, but did we though? Like I didn't like that CD. You liked it. If you don't believe me, talk to another person that was
No
at the
one will
same
ever do
place
that.
you were, and see if they remember something that happened, and see if they remember it at all. Odds are they don't. And 2, they probably remember something totally different at that thing than you did. So
Yeah.
like nostalgia is so driven by the individual person, not by the genre of the time. Is my point. And that's why
Yeah.
it'll never fulfill you looking for it, and it's why you always feel like you're looking for it due to the melancholiness after it. Because they figured out a way to just bombard it to you in little chunks.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's
boom,
I'm
boom.
sure there's a link between Melancholy and MAGA, right? Like that's what all these fucking old white dudes were little kids sitting watching Mayberry being like, there was never any crime in America and it was all great. I remember being a kid, they never had to arrest nobody. Barney Fife just having a good time, right? And then they're like,
Yeah.
I remember when America was great, and it's like it's that time, right? Because like that's right. But like you could think that of us, or like the '90s, watching like the Ninja Turtles and stuff, right? But I already gone back and watched all that stuff and like ruined it for me in like high school
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever, right? With the internet,
yeah,
like
you're like,
that's it's
oh,
just bad.
it's
Like
terrible.
I was even trying to rewatch Batman the Animated Series. I'm like, yeah, it's a good kids cartoon, I guess. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, man, this doesn't really hit
Does
in the way that like.
Batman Beyond hold up? No. Yes.
Oh, I mean, probably not. Do you know what I mean? Like, probably
Yeah.
not would be my
Probably
guess.
not.
I mean,
Probably
I have fun like
not.
looking at some of that stuff. Like, I think Batman Beyond was like a cool idea. Batman Beyond might hold up more just based on like I don't really remember anything about it. Whereas like Batman the Animated Series, I'm like, well, why don't I just skip the Heart of Ice and go, yeah, that's a fucking great episode of television. Just like leave it there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is an
Man,
animated podcast, Mikey. So I thought maybe we could talk about some animation instead of you're always just trying to talk about the troubles of the 21st century Earth. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, hey, man, can't we all just have a good time and not think about them? And you're like, no, we have to think about them. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to make for good content, Mr. Green.
and I'm like, no, that was the total opposite of what happened.
Well, I wanted to talk about watching Zorro on Amazon Prime.
We'll talk about it then and make it sound better than the enthusiasm you're giving me about it.
Okay, I
Well,
was trying to,
Zorro on Amazon Prime.
I was trying to think
Yeah,
what
I like nerdy stuff too.
is Zorro nerdy? I don't know if Zorro's nerdy.
Dude, I'm
but
pretty sure Zorro is like the nerdiest thing.
okay, that's fine. I would have thought the nerdiest thing would have been like Farscape or some shit like that, but
It's,
I don't know.
what's Farscape?
That's what I'm saying. I barely know. Do you know what I mean?
No, you know what? The Three Musketeers is nerdier.
Okay. No, Zorro's cool. If we're talking like pulp, old timey hero-y stuff,
First
Zorro's
off,
the
none of them are
coolest.
nerdier. None of them are nerdy. I don't even know why I'm using that. God, I
Because
just
they won't let you say anything else, Greenie. You have that modulator on your voice, so you can't use all the curses and slurs you'd
first
like
off,
to.
listen. The Three Musketeers original story is a cool story, and whatever it's about, it's really cool.
I'm sure I like one version of that, but I couldn't tell you which.
But every theatrical version of the Three Musketeers has sucked. So
Yeah, well, a lot of these things have the problem that they're like old timey. It's like, well, we're gonna fight for the king or whatever, and like no one likes that. So like, but we're actually fighting for the people. This is the good king that fights the. And you're like, this is overly complicated. Zorro fights for the people. Simple.
Zorro's good, but I don't know why. I just felt like Zorro's like super cheesy to me growing up. I don't know why.
Because Zorro, like the old timey Zorro, is like
Kind of
half
cheesy,
comedy,
right?
right? Like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the big constable comes in and he's always like, they're like, don't eat the chicken. He's like, no one will see, and he starts eating the chicken, and then like the other guy walks up behind him and he's like, what are you doing? And it's like something from the 50s or whatever, right?
I feel like everything from like I want to say all the way leading up to the 90s was just a version of Bugs Bunny. Like every comedy
Yeah, I
was
mean
that.
that's kind of what I like. I mean, I'm a fan of Bugs Bunny, but
I am
alright,
too,
so-
but I watched Toy Story the other day, and that's all it is Bugs Bunny bits.
yeah, well, I mean,
I mean, it's
Bugs-
funny, it works, but like, I mean, that's why, like, literally, I never caught it till now. But every actor in the '90s, like Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, or
Bugs
like
Bunny.
name any of them, and if they have to do a comedy bit, they said I just do like 30% this and 70% Bugs Bunny. They always reference Bugs Bunny.
Everyone knows
single
Mel
time.
Blankenship. Yeah. But I think Bugs Bunny's kind of what's like missing from like a lot of modern stuff. I think like with the Naked Gun,
The Naked
There's
Gun
no
is just
jo-
puns, in my
there's no
opinion.
jokes no one's doing jokes. No one understands what a joke is anymore, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just I always shit on Adam Sandler movies, but he'll just like staff a boardroom with like people that are dressed like other characters, and he just like points, you look like Gandalf. It's like, yeah, you just dressed a guy up like Gandalf and been pointed. That's not a joke, right? Or like, is it that all of the characters? I don't know. There is something missing from. They're not trying to make. Everyone's trying to be too. Everyone's too cool, right? Timothy, like every actor's we're actors. We're cool. No one's trying to be fun or anything, right? Like they're not trying to entertain
Nobody's
you.
authentic, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Nobody's
no one's
being
trying to
authentic.
entertain you. They're all trying to like be actors or comedians or whatever, right? No one's just out there like throwing themselves over couches or whatever, like doing like
So what
bits.
you're saying is we miss Chevy Chase, and we miss the Chevy Chases and the Bill Murrays of the world.
Yeah, man. Like we're missing there's a gap in like pratfalls, I think, in comedy is what we're getting at. You know what I mean? Is there's like
Chris Farley, yeah.
well, just like I mean, like Always Sunny. Like you think like back in the day, right? They were always crawling around and stuff. I haven't seen
Charlie
much.
was that. Yeah,
I haven't seen much
he's
of it
not
recently,
anymore.
but
Charlie
they're always just
doesn't
they're all just
yeah.
standing around, man. It's fucking
I
okay.
know,
It's just
I know.
Seinfeld or
Charlie was
whatever.
like
Right?
crawling through vents and stuff, and now they like
Yeah,
won't
they
do
just like
anything like
stand at
that.
the bar and like it
They're
even
like, we're
looks
not.
more
Do we
like a
have to
set.
do? Yeah, I mean, like nobody's committing to it. Like they're
Yeah,
acting, but they think
that's
they're
what it is.
acting is all in their
Commitment. There's
face. Everybody wants to be Tom Hardy, the face actor,
yeah,
honestly, or
because
Cillian
well,
Murphy.
every
Everybody like because Peaky Blinders was that thing. That Peaky Blinders is a show that makes you feel like a lot of action is happening, but more often than not, it's just 1v1 faces of them talking to each other, and they're convincing enough. And then
yeah,
action,
it
talking
just got
faces.
like people just like no one goes for anything anymore. Like it's like look angry, and it's just every actor now just like stares at stuff, right? And like what would be a funny reaction to that joke someone said? Just look at them. Just sit there and look
Can I
at
say
everyone.
so? Can I say
Like
something that I saw? It was like Tom Holland in that Spider-Man movie, whichever Marvel movie where all the Spider-Mans come back. I can't remember. Um,
Spider-Man, too many Spider-Man.
yeah, that one. Tom Holland's about to slam the Goblin glider into Osborn, the original one, and take him out. And then just like Tobey Maguire just sits like right in front of him and grabs it and just gives him this look. And everybody was like, "Oh yeah, don't f with Spider-Man." And I get that like 2/3 of those comments are bots or not real people, but I just looked through for a second. I scrolled and no one said this, and I was like, I have to comment this because nobody gets the point of this.
Run
And
away.
he's like, he's giving him the Uncle Ben look. With great power comes great responsibility. Like, and he's just like, dude, what are you gonna kill me to kill the Green Goblin? But just in a look. And I caught it. I didn't feel the impact of it the first time watching it, but in that clip, it's very clear that Tobey Maguire's. I think that's what he's doing. He's trying to like do that in a look.
Yeah, like I'm sick of that shit. Say it.
I know, I know,
Act.
but I thought it was good.
These
Yeah,
people are
I
paid so
understand.
much money. They should talk more in movies and walk more in movies. Like I'm so
I,
sick of so much of like TV and cinema being everyone giving each other fucking looks. It's so boring.
yeah, but that's the reason that we got all those looks is because that looks so hard in a movie that worked. But like then now they're like, oh well, we don't have to try
Disagree
because
on
they'll
that
accept
one.
this. Oh, I like that
But
movie.
all right. You're allowed to. I'm not as discussed. I'm not the Burger King, but I'm not the arbiter of taste. But no, I like. Yeah, I don't know. I've been like just watching some like older stuff where like because of the placement of the microphones and different kinds of things, right? Like people had to project, people had to talk, people had to act, and now everyone just gets to, like mumble they get to mumble and like look away from each other and like sure, I guess it's more naturalistic or whatever, but like I don't know. People in movies need to start acting more like people on reality TV, and reality TV needs to start following more real acting people. Does that make any sense?
Yes, and I think the problem is nepotism. The reason you're not going to
Yeah,
see that is nepotism because it's
yeah.
just like the same people you're seeing are going to do
Naturalistic
less.
acting
Yeah.
took over because it's an easier form of acting, so that like all the like these people that are coming in from like other, they just have names and they want to be there, or their dad's a producer. It's like just look, just like. But this has been true forever. Like a drama is an easier thing to do unless it's like a big acted drama. Every fucking kid's stupid like thesis projects in film school are some like brooding thing about people that mostly aren't talking to each other because dialogue's fucking hard, right? And like
Yeah.
staring into the middle distance while like some like song plays is easy, right? Like
That's fair.
it's fine. What do I know? You know what I mean? There's only 6 views on this video.
Yeah.
But no, I mean I think the good news is that any sort of, as we said before, any sort of like timely reference we've made now means nothing to whenever this episode comes out. Like, who knows what the world will be like? Will YouTube even? People might not even watching YouTube. They're so mad about they rolling out like really, really, really long ads now or something.
3-minute
So-
ads.
Yeah,
All
sounds
right. Well, CounterMeNothing.com, $24.99, Monetary Mover.
good. We probably just cut together the one from the beginning.
All right, later. Do you want to do it, Ender? Do you want to do it?
But if you don't want to do it, let's not do it.
Or thanks for listening, everyone. Have a
right.
pleasant evening.
Bye,
Goodbye.
everybody.